You know, it makes me very excited when I see the team I cheer for make the playoffs, especially when it's the Vancouver Canucks. 5 years. It's been 5 years since the Canucks made the playoffs back in 2015 and lost to the Flames. Finally, after the years of failure, the Canucks are finally in here. Finally in here. Finally. My gosh. So excited. But they are up for a big challenge here against the defending Stanley Cup champions, the St. Louis Blues. It's going to be a very, very tough series. So, earlier today we did the preview between the Washington Capitals and the New York Islanders. And right now, we're going to do our final preview. I believe the Tampa and Columbus game started just about an hour ago. Hopefully Tampa's not getting swept again just yet. So, St. Louis and Vancouver. Game 1 is on Wednesday, August the 12th in Edmonton at 7:30 p.m. Pacific Time. Hopefully this game doesn't go to overtime and makes me stay up until midnight. That wouldn't be very nice. So the St. Louis Blues, the top seed supposedly in the West, 42-19-10, 94 points. 0-2-1 in the round robin, dropped to 4th. It's like the St. Louis Blues and the Boston Bruins just have some kind of Stanley Cup final fatigue, and now they play like 40-year-olds. It's just weird. Again, this entire year has been weird. What can you say, right? So, the St. Louis Blues scored 5 goals in the round robin and allowed 8. The points leaders, Ryan O'Reilly with 3 assists, Colton Parayko with a very good round robin with 2 goals, and David Perron with 2 goals as well. The goaltending issues here for Jordan Binnington will not really affect anything. He will still likely start game number 1. He is 0-2, however, and has a 4.1 goals against average and an .895 save percentage. Jake Gallen, on the other hand, 0-1, 0.92 goals against average, and a .974 save percentage. The Blues power play, 14.3%. Big drop off from the regular season. And 70% on the penalty kill. The season series went to Vancouver, 2-1, and the Canucks outscored them 8-6, but one of those wins for Vancouver was in a shootout. So it's up to you if you want to count that as a win or not. The Canucks, 36-27-6, 78 points, and defeated the Minnesota Wild in 4 games. It was very frustrating to watch at times, though. They scored 12 goals and allowed 10 in the play-in tournament. Their points leaders, Quinn Hughes with 6 points, the Calder candidate going to work in that play-in round. Bo Horvat, the captain, with 5 points. Elias Pettersson, 4 points. I also put Chris Tanev up here because he scored the overtime winner, and also he's probably been one of the better defensemen for the Canucks throughout the play-in round. The goaltender, Jacob Markstrom, 3-1, 2.27 goals against average and a .926 save percentage. Markstrom has looked like Markstrom from the season at times, but we have seen him struggle, especially in Game 4, where he allowed a couple bad ones and a sharp angle. The power play, 21.1%, and penalty kill at 86.4%. The season series, 2-1 for the Canucks. They outscored the Blues 8-6, and they won 1 game in the shootout. Okay. So, these two teams are going to have a very close series. Historically, the Canucks are much better in terms of their record against the St. Louis Blues, but that numbers really have not much to do with this. The Canucks have had a decent season, that's for sure. They clawed their way into a playoff spot before the pause, and they made a little name for themselves, and you finally see those young guys starting to develop. They were trending the wrong direction. St. Louis was trending in the good direction. Markstrom is injured, and now he's back. The Canucks look better than ever, you could say. But penalties has been a big issue. Tyler Myers with 9 minor penalties in that play-in round. Multiple penalties per game. That is not acceptable. You're lucky that the St. Louis Blues power play is not where it is right now. You're lucky that the special teams are a little bit not up to par. Lucky, that's for sure, for the Canucks. Lucky is all I can say. Now, the big things to really point out here are the Canucks are scoring, but not in the same game. They score in bunches in one game, but they can't get shut out in the next. They got shut out in game number 1, and it was very tough to watch because they were getting the shots on net. But again, they have a lot of times that they get more shots, but they fail to convert. That's a big mishap for the Canucks, and they need to be able to take advantage on the power play. The power play has looked interesting because the power play sometimes looks very good, but sometimes looks terrible. Terrible to the point where it's like a momentum killer. Penalty kill, no issue in that. St. Louis, on the other hand, they need to step their power play and penalty kill up. They need to start scoring. Goaltending has to look more solid. But mostly St. Louis just needs to score. But when the St. Louis Blues come on, they are very dangerous. There are many guys with no points right now, like Schwartz and Tarasenko have no points. Once they get on a hot streak, you know stuff is going to happen in a bad way for Vancouver. But St. Louis looks slow right now, and the Canucks need to take advantage while the Blues are still slow. They will come up flying, but the Canucks will as well, so no worries. My prediction here is going to be Vancouver in 6. I know it might be a little bit of that bias oozing out for me, but I know a lot of you guys have chosen Vancouver here, and for good reason. I think the Blues have struggled immensely. I think they're a teeny bit better than Boston, but they don't look like the Stanley Cup champions from last year, that's for sure. They almost look like the St. Louis Blues back in November last year, when Mike Yeo was still the coach. It has looked bad, but I am pretty confident that the Blues will rebound here and give the Canucks a big challenge. It's not going to be easy for them. Of course, as a Canucks fan, I do hope that the Canucks will win this. I am going to cheer for them with all I have. And that doesn't influence my prediction, but I root for the Canucks. But I'm also very happy already that I've seen the Canucks win a quote-unquote series. I'm very happy with their progress so far. Very happy overall. Just stay in the box and get the power play more consistent. That's the key points for the Canucks. And the Blues, scoring, they have a little bit of a pressure here. That's where the Canucks have more of an advantage. They don't have much pressure. They already won a series. The expectations have been more or less met. So, Canucks can just have fun with this. The Blues, a loss here is almost unacceptable. Well, anyways, that's going to wrap it up here. That's going to be all the previews. So, hope you're enjoying your hockey so far. Round 1 hockey, exciting. We'll see you guys on Sunday for our recap on week 2 of the Stanley Cup playoffs. We'll see you then. And as always, it is time for us to go. See you guys. Have a great rest of your day. Take care.